All right, working on the ball joints on the '07 Ridgeline. Now check out the other video I did. I'll put a card up where I replaced the control arms with new ball joints. This was about 2 years ago now. And we replaced the control arms with these aftermarket control arms that come with, of course, the new bushings. The bushings were all cracked in the old ones. And they come complete with new ball joints as well. After 2 years, about 20,000 miles, these ball joints are really clunking. At least I think it's the ball joints. Over bumps, they clunk like crazy. They creak when you go around corners. Both sides creak. The bushings and everything in these aftermarket units look pretty good still. There's some little cracking there as the bushing's kind of stretched out right now with the car on a jack. But they look pretty good. No major cracking. I just think the ball joints are quite cheap on these. Now, Honda doesn't sell the ball joints alone. You have to buy the whole thing. And it's like, in Canada here, it's about $1,000. About $1,000 for one of these Honda OEM lower control arms with the bushings and the new ball joints all in. So over $2,000 to do both sides. The aftermarket ones are like $100 each, so I use the aftermarkets. However, the downside with those is the ball joints tend to wear out fairly quickly. So I've got here some Mevotech Supreme. Now apparently these are decent ball joints, not too expensive. They come with a little grease fitting in them as well. So I'm going to try those. I'm going to try popping out the old aftermarket ball joints that I think are worn out, and we'll try these ones and see how they go. Anything's better than spending $1,000 aside for the Honda arms. I'm just not going to do that on a truck that's, barely worth $7,000 or $8,000. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how the aftermarket ball joints last, if they last any better than these ones that came with it. And with that, let's try and get these old ball joints out. Now, it's a bit difficult to get a traditional ball joint removal tool on here. There's just not enough room, and they aren't big enough, the ones that I've been able to find anyway. From this side, or even from the other side, you can bang them out with a pickle fork, or whatever the hell these things are called, a ball joint removal tool. And that's what I did. You can check out in the other video. That's what I had to do to get those out. These ones, because they've only been in there less than 2 years, I was actually able just to undo the castle nut here, and I was able to stick a big old pry bar in just under here and kind of just pry up. Let's see if I can show you here. Pry up, and it popped out just with a little bit of leverage and a little bit of banging with a hammer here. But because they weren't in there for very long, they weren't seized in there or anything, so I was able to get it loose like that. So that's good news, because these are a bit of a pain to get out. I'll take the castle nut right off here, and now it's a matter of prying down on this bar to get it loose. There's hooks you can buy, like S hooks you can hang under here, and then you can pry and get it down. I'm just going to play with it and see if I can get this. This is my big pry bar. See if I can get this out of here so I can swing the knuckle out of the way. So this ball joint issue is a little more obvious on the right-hand side here. I think these ball joints are quite worn out. Look at this thing move as I just try to move the rotor back and forth, the wheel back and forth. Look at the play right here in the ball joint. They're not supposed to move like that. So yeah, these aftermarket control arms with these ball joints, very cheap. We'll put the other newer ball joints in. Hopefully they last a little longer. The control arms themselves look pretty good still. This side as well, some cracking in the rubber here, but it's all together, it looks fine. The other one back in here looks fine as well. And of course the metal is just a metal bar, but the ball joints are weak in them. Fortunately, aftermarkets are available, and we'll see how these new ones last. These lasted about 10,000 miles only, these ones that came with it. So hopefully we get some mileage out of this next set. Okay, so we've got the ball joint ready to come out here. I've kind of pushed the control arm forward and the brake and strut and everything back. I tied it back here with a tie-down strap. Just tied it to the jack. See this red tie-down strap here, just to a lug nut. I put that on there just to kind of pull the whole strut and everything forward and out of the way, so we have room to work over here. There should be enough room to get the ball joint tool on there and press this out. There is a little C-clip here that needs to come out, or it might be a snap ring on yours. I'm just gonna pry that out of there and grab onto it with a little vice grip. Just get that out of there. Okay. Alright, that's gone. Oh, that's part of the wire. That's interesting. Okay, little wire that holds that on. I don't think there's another clip there. Oh yeah, there is another one there. So we'll pull the boot off. That's just to hold the boot on. And then there's a snap ring here that has to come out. Okay, trying to press this ball joint out now with my Amazon press here. So there's a bunch of different combination of cups and stuff I've rigged up here. These are actually supposed to kind of come up from the bottom so that your, what they call the jack screw, this whole thing would be tipped 180 degrees coming up from the bottom. But because the hoist is in the way, you can't get it up from the bottom. On a 2-post lift, of course the whole front end here would just be hanging and you could get underneath easily. But with the 4-post lift in the way, I was able to kind of flip the thing around and go from the top. And I think I'm getting it. And I just did it by hand with a breaker bar, just to take it easy. But I think it's coming. Like if you have a look there, the ball joint is coming out the bottom now. I'll just need to press it a little bit more to get it to pop out. And then we'll figure out a way to pop the new one in from the bottom. All right. Okay, there's the old ball joint. To be honest, it feels pretty stiff. It doesn't feel that bad. I hope that the issue is the ball joints. I mean, we're so far into it now. At the very least, you know, we'll get our new ball joints in here, which are probably of slightly better quality, and they have the grease nipple and everything in them. So, I mean, at this point, we're going to put the new ones in and find out. If the vibrating and the shaking isn't from these ball joints, I'm starting to wonder if it might be from worn out struts. I've been reading about these struts. And I mean, I don't know how you really check them. I can't feel any play, but might have to do some quick struts or something if we still get the vibrating. But we'll do the ball joints first. All right, so I'm just pushing up directly on the bottom of the joint here with the ball joint tool, and I got this big receiving cup. And I'm just doing it slowly, manually, just with a breaker bar on top here. I'm just trying to make sure that that ball joint goes in straight and that it's not binding up, and it appears to be moving as I move this breaker bar. Right. I think we're getting it there. Yeah, I think it's coming. Appears to be going in straight, so that's good. I'm going to keep working it in. I'm not going to put an impact on it or anything like that. Slow and steady. And there's the ball joint all the way seated in there on the bottom. That's good. I'll thread the little grease fitting into the bottom now. It's nice that these ones come with the fittings, where the ones that came with these control arms didn't. They were just cheapos. We'll thread that in there and tighten it up. And then there's a little snap ring here, which we'll have to snap into this groove here with my snap ring pliers. Just make sure that groove's nice and clean all the way around, and then get this on here. Oh, come on, you. Might not be the perfect size. Come on, you bitch, get in there. 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 Yeah, that's seated in there now. Grease boot. Then we got to put this thing up into the knuckle.